Hello and welcome to my channel. Welcome to Now Fashion Hub, the best fashion channel in the world. Alright, so I did a video on how to cut a vintage shirt. I did another one on how to sew. Alright, but so many persons have always been asking as if they don't have two of them together in the same place. Alright, so I'm going to combine those two videos in one in this video, how to cut and how to sew vintage shirt. So stay tuned as you enjoy the class. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please hit the subscribe button and turn your notification bell on. Thanks. Let's get into the video and cut and sew our vintage shirt. Thank you. So we will, without wasting time, we'll go straight into cutting our vintage shirt. So this is the fabric we're using to cut our vintage shirt. I've folded it into two, you see, into two. And so when cutting a vintage shirt, first of all you check if your fabric is enough to give you to cut a shirt before you start. So this material is wide enough to cut the size of vintage shirt that we want to cut. So secondly, you fold it into two, you see, it's folded into two. Now our measurement for this shirt, we'll be using the measurements, this measurement, shoulder of 17, bust of 38, length, the shirt length of 27, the sleeve of the shirt will be using 8 for the sleeve length, and the sleeve round will be using 12. So let us start. Now when cutting a vintage shirt, unlike the normal packet shirt like I did in my other video, if you watched how I cut it, you will see that this that I'm saying now is one of the basic and unique differences between vintage shirt and packet shirt. You see that if you're cutting a normal packet shirt, this button allowance here, 2 inches is enough for it. 2 inches is enough. But for vintage shirt, 2 inches is too small. It is too small. For vintage, you give an allowance minimum of 5 inches. You give an allowance minimum of what? 5 inches. So for vintage shirt, we are not going to use an allowance of 2 inches like the normal shirt. We are folding this in by what? 5 inches. This is 5 inches. Very important. This is a point that you must take note of. You must take note of this point. If you forget this point, you cannot get a vintage shirt. So first you fold this in by what? 5 inches. You see, this is for fabric. You fold it in by 5 inches. 5 inches is okay. 5 inches is fine. I think for almost whatever kind of size you're making vintage shirt for, 5 inches is okay. You can use 4, but 5 is better to avoid having issues at the end. So let's go ahead to take our measurements. First of all, we locate the length of our shirt. We say the length of this shirt is 27. So we measure, this is 27 plus 1 inch allowance. Just 1 inch is okay. Plus 1 inch allowance. See, measure here. That gives you 28. 27, you're cutting at 28. That is with 1 inch allowance. So let's get this line straight. I hope this chalk is clear enough for you to see. That's the length of our shirt. Next, we will check our shoulder measurement. Our shoulder, we said we're using a shoulder of 17. Shoulder, when you're cutting, you divide shoulder by 2. Shoulder divided by 2, you have 17 by 2, you have 8.5. You have 8.5. So, this is 8.5. Now you add ½ inch sewing allowance. That becomes 9. So what we have here, this is 9. This is 9. And then you deepen it in by 3 inches. We see, you deepen it in by 3 inches, from up to down 3 inches. You use your ruler to join this line to this point. See? So we are done with our shoulder. The next thing we will do is to get our arm. If you remember in my last video, I told you that the formula for getting arm of any measurement is bust to measurement minus 2 inches divided by 2. So for this bust, we are having bust of 38 minus 2 inches. That will be equal to 36, right? When you divide 36 by 2, you'll be having 18. So it means for this top, we are making the arm for this vintage top, the arm round, the arm is 18. Now when we come to cut, when you are cutting, you divide arm measurement by 2. Remember, you divide shoulder measurement by 2, you divide arm measurement by 2, you divide bust measurement by 4. So you divide the arm measurement by 2. So now divide 18 by 2. If you divide 18 by 2, you will have 9, right? Divide 18 by 2, you will have 9. But again, when you come to cut, you are not going to use the whole 9 to locate your arm here. No, that will be too much. We will minus 2.5 inches from 9. That will give us 6.5. I hope this method is very clear. That will give us 6.5. 6.5. So on this 6.5, we'll now take our bust measurement. We say our bust is 38. 38 divided by 4 will give us 38. This is 38 divided by 4. 38 divided by 4 will give us 9.5. So our bust is 9, and this is 9.5 plus 3/4 inch sewing allowance. That becomes 9 3/4. So we are done with the length of a shirt. We are done with our shoulder. We are done with the arm. Now let's come to the end side of the shirt. Here we got 9.5. That is 38 divided by 4. We got 9.5. We are going to use the same 9.5 down here. 9.5 plus 3/4 inch allowance. Let's now join our points together. Now, one might be wondering, how do I know the right way to curve this arm? It's very simple. Look at this. We have 9 here. Bring it down. Still measure 9 here, right? This is 9, right? So join this line to this line. Yes, join this line to this line. Let it cross this line. So when curving your arm, you are going to curve it half 3/4 inch into this line. 3/4 inch into this line. Remember, our bust is stopping here. So for our bust, let's join our bust. Join this line to this line for bust measurement. Join this to this. You see, for our arm, I like using freehand, so look what I'm doing carefully. You will join this, you see, cutting across the 3/4 we had here, back to this point. That's the simplest way to curve your arm. We are done with the front piece. As simple as it is. Remember, I said first of all, I'll go over it again for clear understanding. You take your length of the shirt, we got it. We now slanted it in by 3 inches. We took our shoulder measurement, we took our arm measurement, our bust measurement, our length. Simple. So you can go over the video in case there's anything you are not clear about. So for our back piece, now take note of this. I told us when we divided our arm of 18 by 2 and we got 9 inches, I say we should not use 9 inches complete. We should minus 2.5 inches from it. This is why. When we are cutting our back piece, we are going to fold it 1.5 inch into the front piece. That will cause the arm to increase in size. So if you had used the whole 9, now bringing 1.5 inch from the front again, it will become more than 18. So watch me as I do this. This is our back piece. I'm going to cut from here. Now take note of this place. When I get here, I'm not going to cut here exactly where the front piece is. I will extend by a minimum of 1.5 inch, then I will slant it down a little. Now I've shifted this shirt downwards. Look at the shirt was at the same length with the back piece. I've now shifted it downwards by 3 inches. You see the difference here is now 3 inches between the front and the back piece. It's 3 inches. I shifted it down by 3 inches. I will now bring the back piece into the front piece. Can you see what's happening? I've now brought the back piece into the front piece. Let's press it. So look at our arm now. We have brought in the back piece 1.5 inch into the front. Now if we measure our arm at this point now, see, look at our 9 3/4 here. Can you see this? This is where our arm is starting now. You see, we now have our 9 here, which is our arm. 9 plus 9 is 18. The 3/4 remaining here is the sewing allowance that we added. So I think that is clear enough. So let us cut. So at this point, what is left for us is remaining just the neck. So how do you cut your neck? How do you cut the neck? For this shirt, the neck size is 16. So for a neck of 16, you measure 4 inches deep. See? So it's 4 inches deep. You see that? By 1 3/4 inch wide. 1 3/4, not all 2 inches. 1 3/4 inch wide. Now, one other very important key point to take. For a shirt, vintage shirt, packet shirt, you don't deepen the neck behind like a native, like a senator wear, a native top. You don't do that. You don't deepen it. You cut it just the front side. So I'm going to cut it. See? It's our neck. You see? So can you see this? It's not deepened. It's just round. If it were a native, for sure I would have slant this out. I would have deepened it here like this, at least half an inch. But it's a vintage shirt. It's a shirt. We're not going to do that. So at this point, we are done cutting our vintage shirt. Simple and straightforward. You see this allowance we gave here? See this? Very important. Allowance is very, very, very important. So let's cut the sleeve now. Since our sleeve, the arm is 18, you can fold this by 8 and we'll still get our 18. So now another key point to take, one key thing to take when sleeves cutting your arm, you make sure you deepen your sleeve. One key thing to take when cutting your sleeve, you deepen your sleeve by 5 inches. See, this is 5 inches. I've deepened the sleeve by 5 inches. Here's the curve. This is where the curve is going to stop. So we said our sleeve length was 8. So here to here, this is 8. This is 8. Or we give him an allowance of 2.5 inches. So we'll cut at 10.5. So we still mark 10.5 here. Remember we said our sleeve round is 12 divided by 2, you have 6 plus half inch sewing allowance, that is 6.5. See? 6.5. So we join this line to this line. See? So our curve, like I said, I like freehand, so I curve freehand. So this is our curve. It's our arm curve. I'm curving for your sake. If not, I cut without curving. And then another thing you must take notice this. Look at this. Your size of sleeve here, of arm here, is what? It's 9 3/4. Look at it. It's 9 3/4. 9 3/4. So also this curve here should be 9 3/4. Should be 9 3/4. This curve here should be 9 3/4. So this is 9 3/4. Because this is going to fix into the body of the shirt, so they must be the same size. Next, we'll cut down here first. We'll cut beyond this mark. Cut beyond this mark. This is the length of our sleeve where it's stopping. Remember, this is hemming allowance. So let's hem it this way first. See? Let's hem it this way first. Remember, we said our Remember, we said our sleeve round is 12. That is 6.5. So this is 6.5. So we'll join 6.5. So we'll join this line to this line. So this is our sleeve. Make a notch here. See. So cut one arm. So we can now use it to cut the second one. So this material is also folded into two. So this is the back piece. This is the back piece. This lapel for the back. It can be as deep as, this is 8 inches. See, it can be as deep as 8 inches is okay. That is plus your hemming allowance. 8 inches is okay. So this is 8 inches. So I think that's okay. So you keep the, if you don't know what back lapel is when we're using it, you'll see. So you keep your back piece on it, on this fabric, to get your back lapel, and you remove this shape exactly. You see that? So the next thing we are going to do is to apply gum. Here's our front piece. Here's our front piece. So this front half, it has left and right. So if we open our shirt, before you open, don't forget to make a notch here. Make a notch here. Also make a notch here, so as to know center. So if we open this shirt, you see we have the shirt now. So we have the left side, this is the right hand side of the shirt. So what we will do is to simply apply suit gum to this area. You see, just around here and here. Just apply suit gum around this area. Same thing with this other side. There's two sides. Let's just apply the gum from here to here. Alright, you apply gum here to here. This area here is it's like let's check how many inches. The gum should be just 6 inches. You see, this is our center. Here to here 3 inches. Here to here 3 inches. That is 6 inches. So I'm putting a gum of 6 inches from up here to down on both sides of the front piece. So we apply our gum now. So this is our suit gum. So it should be 6 inches wide. See. Alright, so when we finish applying gum, mind you, I say you should make a notch. We made a notch where we folded our fabric. This was a notch. Down here we also made a notch. This is it right here. So we're going to press this back to get that line we folded it initially using this notch we made. So for shirt, whether vintage or packet shirt, this is very important. This also we folded initially when we were cutting folded this in by, just remember, fold it in by 5 inches, right? So we're going to push it out to 4.5. We're going to push half inch out. I believe we understand. I'm going to push it out by half inch to become 4.5 from the beginning to the end. So these are 4.5. This is 4.5. Has to be 4.5 from the beginning to the end. So the easiest way to just turn it from the good side, gauging from this line that we folded initially, bring it out, bring the inside part out by just half an inch. This is to provide button allowance because the shirt is going to overlap the two front pieces that are going to overlap each other. So if you don't add this half inch, if you don't pull out this half inch allowance, when you are done sewing, the front piece will be smaller than the back piece. So you see, it is now 4.5. Look at it, 4.5. It's now 4.5. It's now 4.5 instead of 5 inches. So we'll do the same thing with the second piece, front piece. So you see, this is the inside of your front piece. This is the front piece of your shirt. This is the inside. It's going to look inside. Now, don't forget, because we pulled the inside part outside by half an inch. See what it has caused? It has done here. Remember, it was this way. It was like this. We now brought out the inside part half inch to the front, thereby giving us this. So we are going to trim this off. Please follow carefully. I'm going to trim it off, and this is on both sides. On both sides, we trim that off. Trimmed it off. Now we'll make a new notch here. This side we'll still do the same thing. We'll trim it off. See? Make sure your work is very neat. You make a new notch here. So now we've gotten our vintage shirt. This is it. We are almost there. Now what is remaining is for us to go to the machine and join our shirt. So follow me to the machine. Thank you. Alright, so for us to join our shirt, we will join so when joining our vintage shirt, see, this is the back side, this is the right front piece. I am not going to sew together with this. I'll open it like this and sew only this part. See? Same thing with this side. I'm not joining together with this. Open it flat like this, and I'll join this to this. Very simple and straightforward. The next thing to do is to bring my back lapel. Look at it here. Look at it here. So you're going to keep here. We have shown before. This is our shirt already. You can see I've joined the shirt already. So I'm going to bring this back lapel still on the back side. I'll keep here. You see the back side. I'll keep here. The shirt was joined on the good side, the good and the good side, the good front, the good back. So keep this here. That's this. So now I'm matching and covering this line. See, so that this line will not show. Same thing with this side. Next thing we'll do, you see, this is what we just finished matching. We'll now turn it to the back. See, we'll turn it to the back and match it on top of the back piece. Make sure it's very, very flat. See, we're matching it on top of the back. See? Quite simple and straightforward. So our vintage shirt is almost ready. What we'll do now is to trim our arm, is to adjust, check our arm so that we will fix it and get done with our shirt. So let's press it to get it flat. I think this is quite simple, and like I said before, if you have not subscribed to this channel, hit the subscribe button. Look below your screen there, below the video that is playing. There's a subscribe button there. Hit the subscribe button and turn the notification bell on, because if you don't do that, you would not know when I drop a new video and you will be missing out. So please hit the subscribe button and turn the notification bell on. Subscribe so that you will not miss out on any of my videos. So this is our shirt. This is our shirt. This is our sleeves. So we are going to fix to our shirt. Remember? Right, so this is our arm. Remember we said the allowance here to here. must be the same thing with here to here. See, so here, remember our target was 9 3/4, so we still have our 9 3/4. So remember our shoulder is 17, so let's check. This is the center of the shirt, so from here to here should be giving you, this is 8.5, is 17 plus half-inch allowance, we're trimming at 9. And also, very importantly, when you are trimming a shirt or a vintage shirt, the front piece is half-inch deeper than the back piece at this point here. That's why you see what I'm trimming here. This is the back piece now. Do I trim it? Very important. Do the same to this side of the arm. A shoulder, say this 17, that is 8.5 plus half-inch allowance, making 9. So this is 9. So we'll do the same. The front piece will be deeper. And the back. We are done with that. Pause. So for the neck of our shirt, we said the neck is 16. We must make sure that the shirts, the two parts are aligned together to avoid one piece being bigger, one part of the shirt being bigger than the other. Not touch the back at all. So we should be having 8.5 now. See, so we've got now 8.5. So we can go ahead to cut the neck so that once we get to the machine, we just finish everything once and for all. So since our neck is 17, our collar is going to be having a size of 15 in length. So let's cut it. Our collar is going to have a size of 15 in length. So first of all, we fold this fabric into 4. You fold like this the first time, then you fold this way the second time. Or you can cut one and then keep it and then cut the second one. Anyhow you do it. There's no hard and fast rule to it. So we folded our fabric. So we folded our fabric into 4 parts. Let's press it. Okay, so we said the length of our collar is going to be 15 divided by 2. That will give you 7.5. This is 7.5 plus half-inch sewing allowance. That becomes 8. So this is 8. The wideness of the collar at this point is 1.5, but we use 2. That is half-inch allowance for sewing. So now watch this very well. We use 2 here, but at the center here we'll be using 3.5, difference of 1.5. So this is 3.5. So watch how I'm going to curve this. See? Simple as this. Simple as that. So I'll cut it out. See? This is our neck. Then we'll apply suit gum to this, both sides of the neck. We'll apply suit gum to our neck. Apply suit gum to the neck we have cut. Alright, so this is how it looks like. So when you are done putting your gum, you fold it back, press it. So let's go over to the machine. Let's finish it. Fix the sleeves. So we'll hem our sleeves. Remember, we folded it inside. You give an allowance for it to be folded inside. You fold your sleeve inside, then you will hem it. So when fixing your sleeve, remember we made a notch here. So it is this notch to this notch. So after fixing our hands and weaving our shirt, we now go straight into joining. Remember, we said our sleeve round is 12. So 6, we give it 12. And we said our sewing allowance here is 3/4. So we use 3/4 for that. Also check your 6 inches. Okay, 6 inches. So we are done with our shirt. What is remaining now is for us to fix the neck of this shirt. So this is our neck. So we turn this in and sew it on 1/2 inch here. Same thing with this side. So on 1/2 inch. Yeah. See? Match this here. You mark the center of this neck. Very important is the center. Your neck here as well, you mark the center here. See? The center. So start sewing from the center here, this notch to this notch. So to the second side again. So the next thing we will do is to see this is our neck, is to fold this inside. See? We're following and we sew from here. See what I did here? At this point, I fold this just half inch in. So this is one side of the neck when we just sew now. See, you see. So let's finish that side as well. So same thing, we come to this side, still fold it on this notch here. Use the notch, fold it inside like this, and so. Don't forget I said when you get here you fold this half inch, you see, fold it half inch in. See the second side of her neck. See? So, but there's something we'll do. We'll weave this. We use weaving machine to weave this place, this line. See? From here to here, we'll weave it neatly. We'll weave it twice. We'll weave and double. We'll weave it and we'll double the weaving twice so that it will be very neat. After weaving it neatly, that you have weaved it neatly, now turn it. See? Same thing with this side. You know, so sew here. See? Make sure your fabric down is not folded. Very flat. Actually sew a bit closer to here. Yeah. So after we are done with our neck, the only thing remaining is for us to hem our shirt. Hem it down the edge. We have weaved it properly. Now to hem it, remember this is like this. Remember, should remember. So we will turn it inside. See? We'll match it based on the allowance. matching on 1/2 inch. It's 1/2 inch. I'll do the same the other side. So I'll also see our shirt. It's inward like this. There's a notch here. It's inward like this. So we'll open it and also match it 1/2 inch. Next, turn this. See this? See this? Do the same thing to this other side. Turn it. Right? Then finish our hemming. Continue from here. Instead of starting from the beginning of this shirt, we start from here. And be careful the way I kept it, you see? The way I kept it. This line should not be showing outside. See? It should be showing inside this line here. So, we're finished hemming our shirt. Now let's press it with iron and see what we have here. Let's start here. So, this is our shirt we have here. What we're going to do now is to fold the neck. The neck, so you see, our neck is going to be, we're going to turn our neck. We'll measure 4 inches from the beginning point. So we're going to turn it here, 4 inches. See, we use our iron to press it. 4 inches. Same thing to this side. Second part as well. Still use 4 inches. This is 4 inches. Still use 4 inches. See? 4 inches. 4 inches. Do the same. Hope you are with me, you're following, you are watching. How easy and simple it is to make a vintage shirt. This is our neck right here. You can see how easy and simple it is to make a vintage shirt. So remember when we were sewing this shirt, I said we should fold this in here by 1/2 inch. So we will So remember when we were sewing, I said you should fold this here by 1/2 inch, right? This. So we're going to take it this way. See? And we'll hem it here with a hemming gum. Simple as that. Do the same for the other side as well. So as for this part folded inside, buttons will take care of that, and buttonholes, it will hold it together. If you want, you can use a little of hemming gum just to hold it together at one point. So just put a little gum inside to hold it together. So with this, we have finished our vintage shirt. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn the notification bell on, because I'll be bringing more and more interesting lectures your way. Thank you so much for being there. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you so much, and check my channel. There are lots of videos there. Watch them. Remember to like, to comment, and most importantly, subscribe. Thank you so much. Thank you.